Thank you everyone for joining today. Welcome to today's Mastech webinar, From Manual to Magical, How Mastech and Salesforce Boost Agent Efficiency with IDP and Agentforce. Let me welcome our speakers for today. So we have Vara Imandi from Salesforce and Anil Kumar from Mastech. A little bit about Vara. Vara is a dynamic and resourceful senior leader with Salesforce with decades of global experience in solutions and software engineering, management consulting, pre-sales, and customer success. Proven track records of delivering multi-million-dollar digital transformation programs for future 50 clients across finance, healthcare, retail, and TMT sectors. He has deep skills in AI, Agentforce, Salesforce, Mulesoft, and Mulesoft IDP, with deep expertise across the full software lifecycle from strategy and architecture to implementation and customer success. He has led cross-continental teams in over 20 countries, driving innovation in EHR, health plans, clinical trials, mortgage, open insurance, and OSS, BSS, CRM product development. Champion of agile DevSecOps and modernization initiatives with a get-it-done mindset and strong ethical leadership. Vara, welcome to the webinar today. And thanks for joining us and taking a time out.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Anil Kumar. He's from Mastech. He's a resourceful and dynamic leader with over 20 years of experience as an enterprise architect in the IT industry. He has a proven track record of delivering innovative, scalable solutions across healthcare, finance, public sector, and higher education domains. Anil specializes in designing and implementing enterprise-grade systems and integrations using both cloud and on-premise architectures. He's highly skilled in leveraging platforms such as Salesforce, Mulesoft IDP, Agentforce, and AI to drive digital transformation and operational efficiency. So with that, Anil, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks a lot, Plug. Thank you very much. And hello everyone. I'm really excited to be here today and to discuss some of the most common challenges that are being faced in today's customer service industry, and how these challenges are directly impacting the productivity and the effectiveness of the service agents into that particular industry. Also, we will also kind of briefly explore why agent productivity matters so much, not just for the business outcomes such as the efficiency and the customer satisfaction, but also for agents themselves who seeks meaningful, streamlined, and empowered work experience. Saying that, we will continue to follow, and Vara will help us walk through how this evolution in the agentic AI is helping organizations to address those challenges, enhancing agent performance, improving the decision making, and driving the measurable productivity gains for the organizations as well as for the individual agents. Finally, we also will deep dive into a common business use case with a live demonstration showcasing how Agentforce and MuleSoft IDP are transforming the way these service teams can manage documents, extract insights, and deliver faster, more intelligent customer service. So saying that, let's kind of continue. In this one, I just kind of briefly talked about the agenda, but these are the different things we are going to discuss today. And I think thanks, Palak, already kind of walked through us through the welcome and the introduction. We will be talking about the common productivity challenges, why productivity matters, how the agentic evolution is going to help, and the kind of a deep dive into a particular document processing use case. So saying that, so these are the various, very common productivity challenges pretty much every organization face, specifically with the people who are customer facing, either, sitting the front office or, working over the phone and whatnot. So they have like various challenges. Let's start with very common one, where is the limited data and the history context is available for the agents. If they go to get a call or all of a sudden some customer pops up, they don't have any idea what the customer is talking about. On the other hand, customer is expecting that this particular person belongs to the organizations, so they should know everything. And then From the agent's point of view, they have a tons of information available, multiple systems, multiple tools. They have to log in into multiple systems for to find the right information, and maybe they have to talk to their colleagues to get the information. So they have too much to kind of manage from that perspective to get the right information and context. Along with, they have to do a lot of manual work. They have to manage multiple documents. They have to manage multiple tools. There are a lot of workflows that are not automated. They have to extract that information and do those works manually. And all of this leads to the kind of a various, challenges where the systems are not integrated and the teams are geographically distributed. Sometimes they are not sitting next to themselves. One person is sitting here, one person is sitting somewhere other office, and maybe in a different time zone. And then all of this kind of leads to the security and compliance challenges as well. They have to really do a lot of work to make sure that their data is secure. They are not leaving anything open for the data breaches and unauthorized access and whatnot. And everything kind of lead to a common problem with the scalability. If the organization needs to improve their customer satisfaction, they end up hiring more people, which leads to a lot of training, workload, and kind of a very long time cycle to make them productivity, which is obviously related to the time management and not to say the emotional burnout for the individual agents. So saying that, why the productivity is important, why it is so key for the organization, right? And why we have to really look into that. In today's world, everything is changing very fast, and customer wants everything quick. They just want to pick up the phone immediately. They want the answer, or within a second, they want the issue to be resolved, which is not possible for various reasons and challenges we just discussed. And the rapidly rising operational cost is a problem for the organization. If they can keep increasing the people, hiring the people, and keep training them, it's very difficult. It's not scalable. And agentic and the digital revolution is also not helping in one way. It's like helping in one way, but not the other way. It's too fast. And the people who are supporting with those tools, they just cannot, go through that. And the talent retention is another problem. People burned out, they kind of said, I'm done, I'm tired, I'm leaving the job, or they are moving into a different organization with the better perks and whatnot, right? And which has the direct impact to the growth and the customer satisfaction. And nowadays the organizations are global, so everybody is distributed, information is distributed, people are distributed, so lot of challenges due to the global workforce as well. So saying that these are the different challenges and why the productivity is important, considering that, let's look into that. How can we address that challenge? And I would request Vara to help us, how this agentic AI evolution is playing a key role in today's industry and how the various, products and capabilities of the Salesforce ecosystem can help us. Over to you, Vara.
Awesome. Thank you, Anil. So Anil has actually talked about the challenges and why productivity is pretty critical. So let's actually shift our focus to the solution that's reshaping the future of our work, where we are entering a pretty brand new era, moving away from moving beyond from the generative AI to creating content and to the dawn of that AI evolution there. Now, we have to always understand that agentic AI is not just about assisting, it's actually about acting, or action is the preliminary foundation. And that is a fundamental shift from the way how tools respond to commands to autonomous agents that can actually understand goals, reason, and then, of course, more importantly, take action to achieve them. And that's the evolution that is set to redefine how we operate businesses, how employees work, how we interact with the software in itself there. So just to understand that impact of AI, I think it's pretty helpful to compare and contrast it with the traditional software development that we've used for decades. So as you can see on the slide, we of course had in the traditional model, we had these three layers: the data, logic, and UI. Traditional software, of course, is built on structured data or built for structured data. So think about those neat rows and columns in a database. On the other hand, agentic software thrives on both structured and also unstructured data, meaning it can read an email, it can understand a contract, it can interpret a customer chat just as easily as it can query a database. Now, fundamentally, even in the logical side of business, the logic of traditional software is purely deterministic, meaning if you do X, Y will always happen. That's where agentic software really is very different. It's agentic software introduces that non-deterministic logic, meaning it can infer intent and can also make those reasoned decisions. So an example could be if a customer email says, "Hey, I'm unhappy with my last delivery." The agent understands the negative sentiment and then can decide to either escalate the issue and not just file it away, kind of, you know. And even on the UI front, we've used UI for long to build purpose-built and often rigid interfaces there. Agentic software, on the other hand, leverages multimodal dynamic UIs. This means that you can actually interact with it using not just text, but also through voice and even by proactively presenting information when you need it. And that really creates that fluid conversational experience instead of just clicking through buttons and so on and so forth. We go to the next slide. And this evolution in software, of course, naturally leads to an evolution in the enterprise in itself. The companies that are embracing this shift will, of course, gain not just the first movers advantage, but also significant competitive advantage there. If you look at the legacy enterprise, they are, of course, constrained by these hard-coded workflows and disconnected data silos. Their teams are pretty much limited with the approach being far reactive rather than proactive. So they can only answer questions they are asked. And in contrast, the agentic enterprise that builds systems that learn and reason, they operate on, of course, unified data, but they break down those data silos and create a 360-degree complete picture there, which means that they can deploy on-demand digital labor, which can actually work alongside with the humans 24/7, which means that you are now moving away from being reactive to making more proactive decisions there. So an example could be instead of support agent manually searching three different systems to solve a customer's problem, which is the legacy approach, the agentic system, of course, proactively analyzes the customer data as the call comes in, identifies the likely issue, and of course recommends a solution. And more likely even draft the follow-up email all in real time is where the agentic revolution is really coming in. And if you go to the next slide. So, so one might think about all. Of course, there are lots of boxes here. I think the fundamental aspect is to understand how they all work together to create a very powerful and trustworthy platform. So, this slide is a stark example of how does Salesforce enable all of this transformation, and the answer is through Agentforce. Agentforce is the most complete enterprise agent platform as you can think about, and as you see the slide, I think a couple of things that you really want to understand is at the top, you have those agents themselves. So these are agents that are specialized for your customer interactions, for your employee support, for your background processes and beyond. And then behind the scenes, the agents are powered by large language models and can take actions through automation or APIs or even business workflows, connecting those core systems like your SAP or even an analytics platform like Tableau there. The builder layer provides low-code tools for developers to create and manage these agents, and they're all supported by robust testing and monitoring. And more importantly, I think at the bottom is the foundation of data. Agentforce ensures that this foundation is trusted, it's unified, and it's open, and it can actually access both structured and unstructured data in real time without making costly copies, and all thanks to Data Cloud there. And finally, the entire platform, as you can think about, is wrapped in a trust layer with RBAC, role-based access control, there's governance, there's agent guardrails and compliance controls built in, and of course, you can add on top of it. And that really means that you're ensuring that your AI is not just powerful, but it's also safe at the same time. If you go to the next one, and I think this is a very powerful, simple message. This is the formula for augmentation. This is not a formula for replacement. And this is the new formula for success. The workforce of tomorrow, it is a powerful synergy. It starts with people, our employees with the expertise and judgment, and empowering them with a trusted CRM that holds customer relationships fueled by that comprehensive data. And then you inject AI on top of it to provide that intelligent and insight there. But the final and crucial ingredient is the agents. Agents are the orchestrators, they are the proactive workers that really bring all of this pieces together, that automating tasks and connecting systems and truly supercharging people, apparently. So this isn't about replacing humans, it's about creating the augmented workforce where people can actually focus on what they do, which is building relationships and driving strategy. Now, this slide is a very stark example. This is the proof in the pudding, apparently, and these metrics are very, very powerful. So just to level set on the expectations, Salesforce is not just preaching the vision; we are actually living it. We have become an agentic enterprise ourselves. Some startling metrics there, as you can read them. Our help agent handling over one or close to a million and a half support requests in 7 different languages. And of course, think about all that productivity gains, resolving issues faster and more efficiently. Our sales teams, I think Mark Benioff has put this really well. We've got SDR agents that helped us generate 15% more marketing website pipeline, and agents are now deployed inside our Slack. So we get to use Agentforce agents to get those answers instantly, and of course, automating some of our daily tasks there. And more importantly, since Dreamforce is around, thanks to our facilities agent that is helping manage all of the Salesforce Tower and the Moscone and the partner lodge in Marriott Marquis. So all of this is being from sales to service to tech support to HR. All of these agents that are specialized agents that are built are really fundamentally changing how our business is running. And this is a very tangible impact of an agentic strategy there. And as you can think about it, I think why don't I give it back to Anil at this point, and then Anil, why don't you walk through the solution that you guys have built? And before you do that, I think thanks to you guys, you guys are startling amazing partners. I would have to say that building solutions like these are helping our customers really bring those agentic transformations out to limelight and in real possibility there. Over to you, Anil.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Vara, for providing us the, very good background, how the agentic AI is evolving and how the Salesforce ecosystem is kind of building a very solid foundation for that. And considering all those, wide range of the features, we just kind of, it's very difficult to kind of do in a single demo everything, right? So we picked up a very particular use case which is very common across pretty much all the industries, irrespective of the, domain, say it healthcare, finance, public sector, and whatnot, where you have to manage the documents, because that's a very centerpiece of, for any processing of the, information as well as the, operations. So we pick up this use case and we took the help of the agent force capabilities of, agent force, how the natural language processing, orchestration, understanding the context and whatnot in using the, generative AI and the agentic features, and how the Mulesoft intelligent document processor can kind of really very quickly extract the information in a very smart way without writing a single piece of code, just pure in the natural language. So this is the use case that we are talking about. And these are the various common challenges we try to address, which are very commonly faced in today's document processing kind of tasks. You can name it like manual data extraction, very time consuming process in itself. It's very hard to manage, and the workflows which are distributed into multiple documents, multiple places, multiple systems, and whatnot, right? And how to take that information and make that information available, just not for the agents but into the system, how to integrate them with the various applications. And saying that, how do we manage the access control, right security control, the right information is available for the right person. And this is very tedious work, which leads to the burnout and the emotional challenges for the agents. So using this solution, this all can be very effectively solved using the no code low code automation, which is very fast, have the automatic data extraction done by the IDP, have the very fast and performing orchestration and solutions done using agent force and IDP using the natural language commands. You don't have to really have to a very technical background for that. And this is whole can be done thanks to the trust layer provided by the Salesforce ecosystem, where it can be all done in a secure way end to end, using LLMs, using Salesforce ecosystem, using MuleSoft, all in a very secured environment. And of course, it is going to be very scalable. If you have existing solution, existing automation, you can take the advantage of them, or you can build new using the very simple commands, which is very fast. And once you have the data available, you can automate everything to put the data into any system using the MuleSoft integration capabilities. MuleSoft can do all the orchestration. It can push the information into multiple systems, and thanks to 1,000+ connectors available within the MuleSoft ecosystem, that can help us to boost the integration and the data entry challenges. Saying that, let's deep down into more of a use case. This kind of a slide represents a very high level of our ecosystem where we are trying to set up this use case. We took the example of a lab, basically pathology labs, where it's very common where people come and provide their blood work, and they have to done their blood work done to extract the information, just say for their sugar levels, A1Cs, their vitamins level and whatnot, and doctor provide the prescription. So in that case, so once the doctor send the prescription, people walk in, they do the blood work. But it's not that straightforward. Lab has to take care of lot of documentation. They have to verify the identity. They have to make sure that right order is in place. They have to make sure that the order is flowing through properly and whatnot. So from that perspective, they have to process the various documents. So in this use case, we took we are just kind of depicting a real world lab where Sophia is the front office manager who is handling the customers walking in, and the Ellen is helping her from back office perspective, managing all the ITs, all the the document heavy lifting task. And John is a patient who is walking into the laboratory. And how this agent force front end and the back end, agents are helping, and then how they are talking to the MuleSoft intelligent document processing using the MuleSoft agent fabric. So saying that, not too much talking, let's jump into the fun. Let's see the action. So I will start that for this demo purpose. We designed, developed a solution and created a video. And I'll run through the video. And if you guys have any question, definitely we will address after that. Saying that, let's get started.
Welcome to this quick demo on how Salesforce Agentforce and MuleSoft Intelligent Document Processing capability can simplify appointment and related document management process for lab office team. Today, we'll walk through how this platform can empower front-end and back-end office tasks with the help of intelligent agents and document processing. In this demo, we will 3 personas. Sophia as front desk manager, who is responsible to manage appointments in lab for patients who will come and have their blood work done. Her job is to make sure that all the appointments have all the required document uploaded with good quality and information captured in the system in advance, so that appointments are smooth, faster, and great experience. Second person is Alan, as back office manager, who is responsible to manage the tasks behind office along with lab experts. Lastly, the key member of Journey is John, a patient who had appointments and looking to have blood work done for his regular comprehensive metabolic panel. Let's start by signing into the Salesforce as Sophia, the front office manager. Here is landing on her organization's central hub of intelligence, a one-stop shop where they have pre-built intelligent Agentforce agents to empower Sophia and her team members with agentic capabilities. Sophia clicks on Start Chat button under Agentforce, front desk agent that launch an intelligent agentic session and open chat window where she can start conversation with agents in natural language and ask for various tasks she want to perform. She starts conversation by saying hi, and agent responds by greeting and asking, "How can I assist?" Sophia provides instructions for her task in natural language by asking, "Show me a list of lab appointments with missing lab order forms and other required documents." Agent understands intent of Sophia's ask but needs some more clarification as normal human being to complete the task. So, it responds by asking, could you please provide the type of lab orders you are looking appointments for with missing or incomplete documents? Sophia responds with type of lab order she is looking appointments for. For demo purpose, we have used comprehensive metabolic panel, which is generally required for any regular checkup. Agents receives the directions and start processing it. Agent identifies total 3 appointments in the system for comprehensive metabolic panel lab orders. One has all the required document and other 2 are missing some or all document. As this agent is an intelligent helper, it proactively suggests next possible action and suggests sending a reminder for missing document. Is it not a great help? Sophia responds affirmative as yes, please, and agents acts accordingly. Here you will notice that agent is taking some time to process these tasks. This is because there are few things happening in the background. For demo purpose, we designed this use case using 2 independent agents and enable communication between 2 independent agents. As sending the reminders to patient and processing response with documents is a bit of a heavy lifting with asynchronous processing by nature, we designed back office agent to take care of this heavy lifting. If you see the response from agent, it indicates that it has handed over the task to send reminder and response processing to back office agent. Its task is done, and it is ready for next assignment. Back office agent does few things for Sophia. It sends email to patient, reminding that he divided by she has appointment scheduled with details of missing documents and request to provide the same. The email also has a link to patient portal where patient can go and upload the documents. As reminders are sent to all patients where documents are missing, and if you remember, John was one of the patients from the list provided by front office agent. The content of email explains that there are few required documents he need to provide to proceed for his appointment, along with the link to patient portal, where he can upload documents in any format such as PDF or image. John clicks on link and logs in patient portal. Once John logs in, he lands on home page, where he sees a notification and a document request. John clicks on document request links and lands on a page with list of documents he needs to provide and a button to upload documents. For our demo purpose, we have configured 3 documents to be provided, which are lab order form for blood work, identity proof such as driving license and insurance card as proof of insurance. John clicks on Upload Files button and upload all the required documents. Please note that we are uploading 4 documents in our demo. We have 2 lab order forms along with driving license and insurance card. 1 lab order form is filled with all information and other have few information missing. This is just to demo the intelligent capability of IDP. Here, John can refresh the page to see the status of upload and notice that status is changed from pending to send to IDP. Now the work of John is done, and he can relax as he is good for his appointment. As soon as documents are uploaded, back office agent automatically takes care of next steps. It automatically sends requests to Mulesoft Intelligent Document Processing Service to validate and process these documents along with extracting information in structured format from unstructured format. Quickly, let's have a look on Mulesoft side, where we have configured IDP prompts and services to enable intelligent document processing. An IT admin of Allen as backend office manager logs into any point platform and clicks on IDP service. Here, platform provide various tools along with creating a prompt. A prompt is a user interface where we can request Einstein service process, documents, along with some railguard instructions using natural language such as English. Once user configure the prompts, user can follow simple steps to publish the prompt and automate it for using via API interfaces. If you notice, a user with no skills of technology or coding can achieve the task using natural language. Is it not great? Now let's quickly look into the Mulesoft Runtime Manager, where this service is deployed after automation. Here is the log entries showing documents processed and extracted information in structured format as JSON. All the extracted information is sent to Salesforce and updated in document request for further processing and automations. So far, document is uploaded by John and processed by IDP service. Our system should have all the information to proceed for John's appointment. To ask the status of requests, Sophia opens the chat and asks the agent, "Can you show me the status of existing document requests sent to patients?" Front office agent looks for the request status. Great. It finds some status and provide all the information. It indicates that John has provided documents, but Deanna did not. Also, it provides a link to see the documents provided by John. Sophia clicks on the link and lands on a report page providing list of all the documents with confidence and quality score of each document. Reports provide link to document request for each uploaded document. As John uploaded 4 documents, Sophia explore each of them one by one. Each document request page provides all the details, along with raw data extracted by IDP service, formatted JSON and a view of document. Sophia clicks on IDP Data Extract tab and can see data in human-readable format for easy reading. Also, she can click on document itself to see what document John provided, and she can compare all the values if she needs to. Please note, when Sophia opens a document report where John uploaded lab incomplete report as well, IDP service identified that this document has some key information missing and highlighted in red. It makes Sophia's life easy and she can take proper action accordingly as needed. Once Sophia is happy with the work done by Intelligent Agent, it says thanks you to close the session and enjoy some free time she got. So far, we saw a front office agent in action and how it helped Sophia, but there are few agents available in Workspace. Let's explore it further. As we indicated a few minutes back, front office agent to help from back office agent to communicate with patients and process document. This highlighted a very important feature where agents can work on its own in headless manner, where they can be invoked using automations and human user need not to interact to perform its tasks. But it does not mean a user cannot communicate with these agents using natural language. Yes, they can. Let's explore the same. Alan, our back office manager, is helping lab assistants and a patient walks in. He wants to check the status of all the documents and want to verify if all is in place. He clicks on Start Chat button under Back Office Agent and say hi. Agent greets and asks, "How can it help?" Alan asks, "I want to get a summary of all documents available for a given lab appointment." Agent processed the request but finds there is no specific appointment or other information provided. As it is an intelligent helper, instead of fetching the details of all appointments, it asks, "Could you provide appointment number to refine the results?" Alan provide a specific appointment number and agent fetch details of appointment along with list of documents along with confidence and quality scores. Alan may provide some other tasks to agents or just say thank you and close the session. So, this demo provided some key features of Salesforce ecosystem such as Agentforce, configuring prompts using natural language, intelligent document processing. Thanks for joining this demo. Stay tuned for more insights on how using Salesforce Agentforce and IDP services, Mastic can help to enhance your document management processes and empower your agents with AI capabilities.
Oh, wow, Anil, that looks like you've used AI on AI as well. But that's a very cool demo. I think what I really loved
Welcome
about
to this.
I really loved about that is that it addresses one of the most pressing use cases with document validation and of course document uploads. I mean, it's one of the most common use cases as well. Imagine walking in for even your own annual physical and for your lab work and the technician complaining about, hey, we didn't receive your paperwork for that order. So this is a very cool use case, and I'm glad that you actually bought in.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Vara. Yeah, definitely. That's we kind of in our personal life also face those challenges whenever we walk into any facility and we don't have paper. Either we have to reschedule the appointment or we have to go back and whatnot or call our doctor's office. So a lot of things are happening. So definitely yes, from a patient experience perspective, it's definitely going to improve our customer experience a lot. But at the same time, right? See how this is going to help the agents to improve their productivity, right? So everything is done by just saying couple of commands, right? They can very quickly resolve the cases, support the customers, productivity kind of shoot from the roof. They don't have to do anything manually. All they have to do is type the couple of commands like, hey, can you do this something for me? Can you find out this document for me? I'm looking this information, is that a right information or not? And extend to that, if somebody provide the ID card and you are not sure, then you can ask those guys like, hey, can you tell me if this particular identity proof is a valid or not? It can kind of connect to the multiple sources and figure it out the next best action. And of course, it can do that everything with the very high quality and can manage the information with a very good system of record and source of truth as well. And not to say that the agents are connected with the multiple systems. They have all the contacts, they have all the information. You really don't have to worry about. All you have to say is, hey, can you provide me the information for this appointment or for this person? And you have all the history, all the context, all the previous cases in front of you in a summary view. And you are kind of talking to a person in a very smart way. Hey, did you come yesterday as well? And I'm sorry that we did not solve your problem, but not. And audit and compliance, it's all automated in a secured environment. You don't have to anymore worry about where the data is going, how the data is managed. And if say suppose you need to talk to someone else, your agents are configured in a headless manner. Your agent can go and talk to other agents and have the collaboration done very quickly and the streamlined manner. You don't have to really wait. Don't have to pick up a phone. You don't have to wait somebody else. So see how much it can help using that combination of the smart agent force, agentic capabilities, Salesforce, whole integrated ecosystem with the help of Mulesoft and whatnot. It's amazing. There's like endless possibilities. And then how this slide basically is talking about how the MuleSoft is kind of empowering behind the scene everything. So that gives an
Anil,
idea. Yeah, sure.
yeah, why don't I pick up this particular one? This is much more detailed Excel diagram, but I think I'll probably illustrate this as a complete end-to-end workflow as well. Do you mind if I pick this one?
No, no, sure. Go ahead, Vara. Definitely, I would be
Awesome,
like,
awesome. So this particular slide, this architecture slide, really shows how Agentforce makes all of this possible in a much more practical and scalable way, enabling that seamless actionability from the user all the way down to your core systems there. So if you just imagine a particular request, so if you follow a request, let's say a customer might interact with the service agent through the mobile app or even CRM or maybe even Slack. That's where that customer agent layer comes in. And then the request then flows to the agent interaction layer, which is the brain of the operation. And they use something called semantic routing to, of course, understand the user's intent, like what they really want to do. And based on that intent, it then routes that request to the correct specialized agent in that agent layer. So, for example, a question around about a delivery gets routed to the order agent versus maybe a product question goes to that product agent and so on and so forth. So there are these specialized agents that then use the API layer, of course, to interact with all the backend systems, whether it can be Salesforce or an SAP or even legacy or maybe like the one that Anil was showcasing, a modern document processor essentially there. So think about when a user asks an agent, "Hey, can you generate a code for, let's say, this particular item for Mastech?" The semantic router then understands that this is a sales request and it passes to that agent that specializes in that coding. And then the agent then call, of course, the other APIs, the CRM APIs to maybe get the customer details, maybe also look at the SAP API to just check the inventory and pricing, maybe assemble a document that completes that multi-step complex task from a single and simple command there. So this is where how you can connect that conversation down to that action there. And all thanks to MuleSoft. And I think we've just last week we've announced a new naming nomenclature. We call this as agent network now. And this is all possible through our Mule agent fabric. That's powering experiences of multi-agent and across different layers as well, which is really cool. I think for those of you guys who are flying to Dreamforce, where all of our team will be there, I'm sure Anil, we'll walk into each other as well there. A lot of these things are really cool, and I think it's very contextual and very relevant that you guys are presenting this demo today. Over to you, back to you, Anil.
Thank you. Thanks for providing this great, background, and the lot of new exciting features and namings are coming into the picture. I love to hear that. So saying that, I think this is all about the demo. I think we can open our floor for the question and answer, and after that we can just briefly see how Mastech quickly can help to achieve various things, right? So over to you, Plak, if you have any questions, and we can quickly talk about those questions.
Absolutely. Thank you both, for this insightful, session. I've got a couple of questions. I think about four or so questions has come in so far. I'll ask those. What is expected cost to implement the solution?
Okay, so two pieces. Vara, you want to take from the product perspective? I think you're on mute if you're talking.
Yeah, I think I can take it, but first of all, thank you for that brutal honesty. I think, yeah, what does it take? I think from a product perspective, if you were to implement a particular use case from just a Mule perspective, of course, the Mule automation SKU gets you the IDP capabilities, and it also gives you a usage-based pricing model as well. That means that you only get charged after you use your credits. We call that as automation credits. So the IDP piece is covered with automation credits. Agent Force has a ton of different pricing patterns. The most recent one, we call this as flex credits. Again, a usage-based multiplier based on the task that you actually do with Agent Force. Of course, if you want to do other API-based integration and the Mule agent orchestration and all, that's a series of capabilities that you can think about from an integration SKU perspective. So in terms of costing, I don't want to really reveal the price there, uh, but I think it's actually the value that this particular offering provides, that you can mix and match. And I think most agent initiatives or AI initiatives are very well funded. We've seen that in the past, I think, couple of years. AI initiatives are really well funded. Everyone wants to get on board on that. So I don't think, I think the cost will easily justify the value that you get in, because I think one of the most important thing is you want to make sure that your AI initiative is successful, the agentic transformation is going to be successful. And I think this falls grossly in that line in terms of getting you started from a software perspective. And I'm sure the question is also geared towards you, Anil, in terms of the services and how quickly can you get this particular use case into production. And maybe, I don't want to diverge into the cost aspect because we are not truly selling it here. And we all know we spent quite a bit time in the market, that every use case is different, every environment is different, and it really requires a deep discovery there. But yeah, how long did it take for you guys to implement this use case from conceptualization or inception to production?
Yeah, you are right. Like Vara, you said, like the actual time and cost will depend on the organization's ecosystem. We need to understand where the information is, how the information need to be extracted, and what not. But I think this was very quick. We were able to kind of turn it around within like 2 weeks or so with our two my smart folks. Like I just give them the idea, and these guys kind of turn it around within couple of weeks, and it's kind of a working solution right there. And the fun part is all configuration in this use case. There is no code involved in this particular use case. So saying that, yeah, it depends how much time it will take overall use case. But if think about that, like if I have to really implement that without the agentic and IDP, it might take me months and months to implement that solution and make it working and kind of put into the production. This was within 2 weeks, which is kind of pretty fast in my opinion. So yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
developed.
wow. Wow, 2 weeks it is. Wow, if I were a CIO, I would definitely take that 2 week offer any day. So wonderful.
Yes.
So that actually was one of the questions that someone had asked. Like, what is the typical time frame to implement the solution? So thanks for answering that without asking. What are all licenses needed for this solution?
Integration, automation, if you really need APIs, MuleSoft integration, but more importantly, this is an IDP use case. So you will need automations queue. Of course, you will need the Agentforce org enabled org. So there is a flex credit in that licensing model. There's also an Agentforce per license model that will also get announced at Dreamforce, most likely. Um, and beyond that, I think nothing else. We've got a ton of connectors. Most of these connectors are free unless you want to connect to one of those premium systems like an Oracle. I think we have about 5 different systems that are premier, from SAP to Oracle EBS, to some very old legacy systems, and primarily on the regulated industries like that use the EDI patterns. But otherwise, most of our connectors, over close to about 1,500 connectors that we have so far, 80% of them are almost for free. And some of them are from partner, but they are also for free as well. So those are the only things that you'll probably need to begin with.
And I would like to say, if you allow
So,
me, to add a bit more, like you can develop the IDP solutions independently and use into other ecosystems. If you are not really like, hey, I don't have the Salesforce ecosystem, I do have the MuleSoft capabilities in my organization. Do I have to really buy the Salesforce? I think that's a little bit of in my understanding. Correct me, Vara, if that's the case. You don't really have to have the Salesforce ecosystem to use and orchestrate the document processing and IDP. Is that right?
That is absolutely right. You hit it right. I think again, even the agents, these agents do not have to be built with Agentforce or with MuleSoft as APIs or agent apps. You can use any kind of platforms, both technical and non-technical. Think about the N8N. Non-technical users usually use chat-based N8N. They also use something called Lindy AI. These are all known for their simplicity and low code platforms to build those agents really quick. And for developers, you can also use LangChain, GraphChain, or the popular Python framework, Crew AI, or even Cloudflare and AutoGen framework from Microsoft. You can actually use any of those. And for, of course, the enterprise scale apps, you can use Google Vertex. I think AI agent, I think just about 2 days ago, OpenAI came back with their own set of platform called API Agent Kit, I believe, is what it is called. IBM had long had its Watson X platform. Microsoft had its Copilot Studio, uh, just as is with Salesforce Agentforce there. So it does not really matter which kind of agentic platform that you want to use. MuleSoft is agnostic of all those, and Mule connects Salesforce and non-Salesforce systems alike. And the best part about IDP is you can publish that as an API, so it becomes a one-time build once and reuse multiple times and across different and call them from across different types of agents, with still having that fine granular level of control, is what makes this use case really cool.
Great. Good to know that. Thank you. Thanks, Bara. Okay, what do you?
there's one last question. What are the various document formats supported?
Oh, that's a good one. I think we did experiment with the multiple formats. We kind of, various images we were able to process. We were able to process the handwritten documents and scan documents. We were able to process, of course, the PDF, and you have seen the some photos of the ID cards in our demo PDFs. So I think it's a very wide range of the document formats that are supported right now. And I think it is just not the end, right? It's just a starting. So I'm pretty sure very soon, pretty much all the formats will be supported in one way or the other. So I won't be worried about from a format perspective.
Great. I think that brings us to the end of our session today, more from the Q&A perspective as well.
So just now we got one more question, Palak.
Okay.
Oh, any limitations on the file size?
Yeah, I can take
No.
that. I can take that. So, of course, Mule IDP. So again, I believe the question is around Mule IDP product perspectives. Now, you can actually do have workarounds in terms of how you can handle the file sizes and the maximum pages per file. So if you're uploading via UI, the max file size is about 8 MB and up to 50 pages per file is what IDP can actually take it. And if you're doing the API, like once you build that flow and then use that as an API endpoint in your Mule app or any kind of an app call via API, you can handle up to 10 megabytes, up to again 50 pages per file. So those are product limits, but again, there are ways how you can actually overcome these. You can actually implement a pre-processing step in the Mule app or any of your agentic app before you send that to the IDP device. So think about potential strategies like your compression and streaming, where you can chunk the transfer encoding for, or you can use the streaming approach. You can split the document if it is over that page limit. You can also use cloud storage for that matter. Like you can store that in an oversized document service like an Amazon S3 bucket, and then pass that as a reference to the IDP service. And of course, more importantly, you can also scale your worker size if you want to process very large files, which can be memory intensive or CPU intensive. So you may need a larger worker for that particular Mule app just to avoid those performance issues and get over those worker restarts that might happen there. So lots of options there. There's definitely a lot of flexibility into how you can handle some of these. But there are also inherently product limitations like any product would have there.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. Any more questions we have?
No, no new questions.
Okay. So this is just kind of what we all can do. This is more of a like very complex, like kind of put into a kind of a summary way what all you can do with this solution. I wouldn't kind of spend too much time because I think pretty much we have talked about around each and every topic. Saying that, back to you, Palak, to just talk about
Yes.
what we are doing here.
Yeah. Thanks for this opportunity. So everyone, Mastech team is going to be at the Dreamforce event, which is happening next week. It's at the Moscone Place in SFO. As you can see, our global to our national leadership team, along with the VPs and directors, are going to be there. We are actually hosting a happy hour for our customers and partners. So definitely feel free to stop by. It's actually happening on Wednesday, the October 15th at the Amber Restaurant, which is just a 0.2 mile walk from the Moscone Place. The QR code that you see, you can scan that and it'll take you to a landing page, which will talk about everything that we do around Salesforce, as well as the details about this event and our participation at the Dreamforce. I'm also posted a link to this directly into the chat, just in case if you're interested. But just bringing to a conclusion, I want to thank you all for your time. Either you have taken this call from your office or from your home office, or either on the go. We would truly appreciate you dropping everything else and then joining this call, the importance of this subject matter as well. So with that, I'll end the call. Anything else would you want to join, Anil and Vara, before we?
No, looking forward for that Amber. I know Amber is also pretty famous for its for its food. So looking forward to seeing all of you guys there.
Likewise.
I am looking to meet everybody there, whoever is participating. Please do not mind and feel free if you wanted to kind of reach me out directly or via Meet Me link. Please do reach us out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And this concludes our session for today. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.